Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. First things first, happy new year. It's 2021. I'm in a place at the moment called Nusa Ceningan. Probably pronounced that one dreadfully wrong, so apologies to all of the Indonesian GBFC fam out there for my pronunciation, but I'm on a little island. Thought I'd start the new year with a bit of a personal detox, get away from things a little bit, go and chill with my lady for a while. But of course, that doesn't mean that there's no football. It was almost the case that there wasn't going to be any football because quite a few of the Manchester City players have actually been struck down with COVID, which is never nice to hear. It's semi-good news for Chelsea tonight because, hang on, let me just, I'm going to show you guys around, but it's windy. 2 seconds, check this out. It is absolutely gorgeous, but it's obviously good news for Chelsea because it means that we're playing a very strong team when they're not at their strongest, which is always a good sign for us. But after our Christmas form, which, let's be honest, it kind of hit us all a little bit, you know, over the Christmas period. It's been a difficult Christmas for many reasons, but football is often something that can pull us all together when we're having a tough time. And for Chelsea fans, it's been a tough one. It's been a very tough one. A lot of poor results. A lot of people have said that it was mine and Eunice's fault for jinxing it by doing a video over on Eunice's channel saying what the scores would be in these 6 fixtures for Chelsea over the Christmas period. But let's not believe in that a little too much. So City at Stamford Bridge. This is becoming a must-win game for Chelsea. After Arsenal beat us and then all of a sudden it seemed as though it's helped them turn all of their form around. So since that, Arsenal have won all their games. They're now just 3 points behind us. Yes, we have a game in hand, but at the same time, City is not the easiest game in hand to have. This one tonight is a tough one. We're pretty good with injuries. Reece James is out. He's got a little hamstring injury, Lampard said in his press conference, so that's not ideal. What is this little butterfly doing? Oh, hello, geezer. See, these little videos in the wild are very different, but I actually quite like doing them, to be honest. So let's start off with the team. It is a different sort of video today because I'm doing it from my phone. 6 things we learnt will be out the morning after the City game, just because it's very hard here on this island with internet and also the availability I have to edit stuff. So we've got Edouard Mendy in goal. It's pretty much a no-brainer still. His form over this Christmas period has not been as good as it was at the beginning of his Chelsea career. And at the moment, there are a couple of rumours going around that Chelsea are trying to get Donnarumma from AC Milan next summer when his contract runs out. So, you know, that's going to put a bit of pressure on Mendy. It pretty much just nails the coffin in for Kepa's future at Chelsea, which I think a lot of people expected anyway. But, you know, Mendy's now going to know that if there is going to be another goalkeeper coming in on a free in the summer, then it's going to put a lot of pressure on his place at number 1. And I think that's actually a healthy thing at the moment for Mendy, because even though Kepa was a £72 million goalkeeper, after his form, he's not really in the reckoning to be Chelsea's number 1 for much longer. So we move on into the right back position. It's Azpilicueta, Reece James out injured. Azpi's the natural choice to come in as the replacement at right back. He's done okay in some of the games that he's played. We move into the centre back positions. And of course, Kurt Zouma and Thiago Silva keep their places in the side. It's, again, a bit of a no-brainer, to be honest. We saw, and I mentioned it in the 6 things we learnt, when Christensen played in that game against Villa, didn't really fill us with that much confidence. I thought Rudiger wasn't too bad, but I think both Zouma and Silva, both Zouma and Silva are the best options at the moment for ball-playing centre-halves. They can play the passes in between the lines, and I think in terms of the aerial ability we have going forward, we've seen a load of stats have come out that Chelsea through balls and scoring goals, it doesn't really make much good at the moment in terms of the stats. So we need all of that ability we can in defensive areas when it comes to going forward, ability to get in headers from corners, to approach the box and do something decent with it. And there's also the blocking, the shot stopping from those two as well, which is just brilliant. We move into the left back, Ben Chilwell. I said a few weeks ago that I think he's probably been the best player for us so far this season. It's kind of been diluted a little bit, those thoughts recently, because the form hasn't been good enough. But I think Chilwell, he's a class above the rest when it comes to that left back position, and we're not going to see Chelsea adapt into any different formations with, say, 3 at the back and wing backs, I think, anytime soon. Look at this view. It's lovely. Hey, how you doing? You all right? No worries. This is what happens, you know, you do these little videos where you're walking and talking and you bump into everybody. But yeah, moving in to a midfield 3, going to go with N'Golo Kante starting off CDM. Again, recently when Kante's not on it, Chelsea don't seem to be on it either. But I think this is a massive game for Kante. He's come in with some big performances against City in the past. You know, he scored that wonderful goal at the Bridge a couple seasons ago. Number 8, we're going to go with Kovacic and Mason Mount. I want to keep putting Kai Havertz in the team because I feel as though you got all that money sat on the bench. How is his form going to really improve when he's on the bench? But the problem is, when he's coming on, he looked okay. There was a couple of nice touches in that last game when he came on for the 20 minutes against Villa or whatever it was. But it's not enough for me. And I don't think it's good enough for him to be starting games right now. I think we're going to need strength and quality in the midfield. Kovacic brings that strength. We've got Mason Mount, who can play a wonderful pass. We've got him getting in between the lines as well, chasing players down to win it back for Chelsea. Mason Mount brings that energy, and I think Kovacic needs to have a big game. I think it's always evident when Kovacic isn't on it that we sometimes do lack a bit of quality in the middle, but when he is, he's got that kind of ability to change the game for Chelsea, to carry the ball, break up the possession, progress it forward. So that midfield 3 is exciting. We then move into a front 3, and at the moment, this is always the biggest question when it comes to building a Chelsea team. Christian Pulisic is fit. That's absolutely brilliant. I think he's probably our best attacking player. In terms of our most important attacking player, I'd say it's Hakim Ziyech, and he's been back in training for the past few days. Lampard says it's going to be touch and go up until the kickoff whistle as to whether or not he's actually going to start the game. Is he fit enough for that? It's a different story being back in training and then being fit enough ready to start a game, particularly despite all of their players that are out for City. You know the intensity of a match against Manchester City is going to be pretty high. However, I'm going to roll just because I'm kind of feeling a bit desperate about this one, to be honest. It's a must-win. I'm going to put Ziyech on the right wing. And then the striker, who flipping knows? I think with the players that City have out and the fact it's such a big game, I think Timo Werner's going to be really up for it. I know in terms of form, it seems a bit delusional to not pick Olivier Giroud or Tammy Abraham for this one. But if we look at Werner's stats this season, he's played only 4 matches as a centre-forward in the Premier League, scoring 2 in those 4. And against the depleted City side, this could be the best opportunity for him to get back on the score sheet. And at the moment, Lampard is chopping and changing between Giroud, Tammy. Werner's playing on the wing because other players aren't fit enough. If Ziyech is fit, Pulisic is fit, then I say we go with Timo Werner through the middle. It's a tough one. The justification for it is just because I feel as though he needs to be playing in his favoured position to get the form that we know he's capable of, which can also be at the detriment to Tammy and Olivier Giroud not being picked when they probably deserve to be. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments down below. In terms of a prediction for this game, I think Chelsea have got to be looking for the win. You know, City have got 5, I think, first-team players out with COVID. The game, you know, Guardiola probably had something to say about it being called off, but it's not been called off. So the fact it's being played, going to say Chelsea 2, City 1. You guys know that I'm ever the optimist when it comes to predictions for Chelsea. This is never going to be easy. You know, City play a certain way. They have a certain style. It's never going to be an easy game, whether they've got 5 players out or 10, because they have such a strong squad. That being said, this is an opportunity for 3 points. We've got to go for it tonight in this game. And yeah, going to wrap this video up now. Just basically wanted to say a little Happy New Year to you all. I know it's been a while since I last posted something, but it's been a busy New Year, spending time with friends. And I'm sure you guys have been busy with your families and friends too. And I've not been feeling too great recently as well, which is never a good sign. But anyway, going to wrap this one up here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the different walking around kind of preview. Man City at home, massive game. Come on you Blues. I'll see you all later.